welcome to today's episode of the Creative Habit.
I am happy to be part of this episode.
To those listening, this is my friend Karim. He's a filmmaker and editor, and he reached out to me about joining in and doing something dope, having a nice conversation. So here we are. Karim, why don't you say a few things about yourself, please?
Okay, thank you for having me. My name is Karim Daniel. I am born and raised in Haiti. For those who don't know, it's an island in the Caribbean. And I live currently in France, and I am working as an editor. I work currently on online videos, online media, and I have different fields: documentaries, feature films, series, and I'm also starting a new media, web media, for the Haitian community in Haiti and outside of Haiti, with only video only media. Yes, and that is what I do. I am 30 years old. I am the father of an 8-year-old girl, and that's it. That's who I am. And
yeah, okay. For those of you listening, just so you know, Karim is recording live from Paris. We're actually remotely recording this episode, which is so dope.
Yes.
And thanks to the Anchor app for making this possible.
Yes.
So let us begin. So in this episode, we're going to be talking about our work, the things that we do individually. We're both in the creative industry, and we all have some experience doing a whole lot of different things. So why don't you go into a little bit of detail about what you do and the challenges that come with that?
Okay. Well, it's a very interesting subject because as creators and as artists, we are artists also. We work, we create every day of the week. In the morning, at nighttime, I can't say there is a moment where I am not into creation, into thinking about my creation, thinking about my work, which is something that is, I think it's something that is pretty recent for me, because I have not always been in this mindset, but currently, yeah, I mean, the work is something that we are passionate about. We are lucky to do something that we loved, something that we chose to do. So I think this is something that is very important.
Can I pause you right there for a second?
Yes, of course.
Yeah. I like what you said there. I like what you said about how grateful we are that we get to do something that we love, something that we get that is not forced, something that comes easy to us, and then get paid for it. Like, yes. It's the blessing of life.
It is. I mean, if we start on that, I think that there is always things that you do not have input on totally, but we are definitely in the field that we wanted to do. For example, I came to France to study cinema, and I cannot say that right now I am working on a feature film, but I am in the field of visual animation, of producing videos. So it's a choice, but it's never I don't think it's never the exact choice that you made in the beginning, but you definitely, life takes you some places, and then you change your choices sometimes, or some people gives you opportunity, you create opportunities, and then yeah, we are definitely blessed, definitely
Can I
blessed.
pause you right there again?
Do that, yeah.
Yeah, I like something else you just mentioned about how you never know where life takes you and how things change, and it's funny because this is right in line with the last episode, the latest one I made. It talks about my evolution from a photographer to a creative strategist, and I
Yes.
like I don't know if you heard that one, but
I
it's so
didn't
deep
hear
because
that, but I know that you made that change, and I was very impressed by it. Congratulations on that.
thank you, thank you. And it's that kind of thing where like 5 years ago I didn't see that coming, but then it was just like a steady natural progression as to just how life was happening. And the good thing about being a creative is that we're able to respond better to these changes than other people. Like a doctor might find it harder to change professions, or a lawyer, or in other like very technical science-based fields. But for us, it's like we're like chameleons. We can shapeshift to suit the circumstance and whatever life gives us. And that's the essence of being a creative.
Yes, that is. I think that that is it. At the same time, it is also living with uncertainty. I don't know if my English is good, but it's also living with the fact that you're never really sure what the next month will be made of. But
Yeah.
it's also a stress, because you realize that when you talk to people that have, let's say, regular, I don't really like that term, but that have, let's say, a stable work with a stable income.
Yeah.
So when we talk about our work, I don't know if you have the same experience, but sometimes they are like, I don't know how you deal with that, and not knowing this, and not being able to plan that. And sometimes they say they couldn't do it, sometimes they are amazed. We have different reactions. I don't know what kind of
Yeah.
reactions you had.
Dude, I get that. I get that a lot. Like, you meet guys who really admire you and really inspired by your choices and your decisions. And then you get those who are like, you know what, man, I don't know how you guys do it. I couldn't do it myself. So it just shows you how what states the creative industry is in right now, where it's both booming and awesome at the same time. There's just that uncertainty that can nag at you for a long, long time if you're not really experienced in the beginning. But yeah, so I want to ask you, like, what challenges do you face doing what you do, and do you have any advice to share?
Well, I think that it's leading us to that also. Like, let's say that the fact that every month, every week can be different. I think that one of the big challenge is organizing your work, organizing your schedule, and making sure that you do this on time, so you can get into the next thing on time. I think people get through that, but when you go to a place, to an office, and you have tasks, you know what you have to do, you know that you have to finish it at this point. Us, we can wake up in a day and be like, I have this planned, but deep in mind, that you can do it tomorrow as well. That is one of my biggest challenges, is doing something today. So as an advice that I would give, coming from that, not saying that I achieved this or that, but I think it's a good advice for having heard it from people and having practiced it from time to time, is really to have short-term goals and trying to achieve them. What I do, for example, to be very specific, is like before I go to sleep, I usually take a big piece of paper and then I write the important tasks that I need to do or to think about the next day, so that when the next day I come in front of my computer, or if I have this big piece of paper that has all those tasks, and then I can start my day knowing in the back of my head that it would be good if those tasks are done by the end of the day.
Yeah. That makes sense. Sense.
And I just to finish, I think that one of the important things also is at the end of the day, if you it's being able to be happy, even if you did half, even if you did one or two of those things, is being able to be happy, to cross them, and to being able to, in a calm state of mind, push the other things to the next day. That is the advice that I would give.
That is great advice. That's actually something I can relate to. I do a lot of that as well, planning. So by using an app instead of using a piece of paper on my phone, I have apps here that I use. Yeah, for me, the biggest source of anxiety is convincing a client that to take a certain direction that I have put out recommended for them. For example, imagine you wait all day for that email where they have to approve something you've sent to them. You get, and that if they reject it, it's gonna set you back on your schedule about moving the projects forward and doing other things. So you're anxiously waiting, and then finally the email comes, and they turn down the idea or the suggestion or whatever. And so now the challenge now is, how do you get them on your side? How do you get them to see things your way so that you can move forward with the project? And for me, I had that issue a lot, but what I figured now is that as the expert here, I get to control the frame, the narrative of how they see the work. And my job is to make sure that what my client wants and what their customers want are the same. So in this way, when we get to that point where we're trying to figure out the best direction to go, I can calmly say that this is what will get the customer's attention. This is what the customer needs to see or needs to know. Yes. And it's not just about your personal interests or your short-term interest. In the long term, this will serve your business and this will get you the customers that you want. So whenever I come in with that angle, as opposed to just arguing about trying to tell them which one is the better one and which one is not, that can take forever. But once they see, okay, my gosh, this is going to affect my bottom line, my client base, all these kind of things, they tend to listen more closely. So that's what I noticed.
Okay.
So yeah,
that's very interesting. So you actually, but you when you propose a plan, you are part of the plan as a creator. Also, you're saying, okay, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, but I'm going to do it. That is what you do, right?
I don't follow.
No, when you give a guideline for the creative and the
strategy.
The creative strategy. You are part of it as an executor. That's what I mean.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So of course, I understand that the stress that you can get from that also. So the work is I like the strategy also. So you actually do kind of like you look for what he's looking for, and then you just give arguments. Okay, this will get you there, this will get you there, and this is what you want.
Yeah. And the good thing about it is that in the beginning, when we first start talking to the client, we have what we call the brand discovery session, where we talk about we ask all the questions and get all the information that is possible that allows us to now visually interpret that. So because we've done that legwork, it makes whatever I say after that very foolproof. So if I say, yo, this is what is going to make your clients pop, they'll be like, yeah, I think because of this, Dan, this and that we talked about, this makes sense. You get that kind of thing, as opposed
Okay.
to, if they just want a logo and you just create a logo from thin air, you can go back and forth for days arguing about what colors to use and what styles to go with. You know
Yes.
what I mean? Yeah,
Yes.
it can be
Yes.
long. But this
Okay.
kills the process time by like
Okay.
80%, and we can go faster. So that's
Okay.
what I got.
Okay, that's very interesting. And when you a lot of the work, it comes from that first interrogation that you give them, the questions that you give them.
Yeah,
From that, that you know where they want to go.
yeah. So trying to reveal the truth to them is easier going forward, as opposed to just diving into the design work or the creative work straight up, and then you start to argue on later about all kinds of stuff. It's
Okay.
yeah.
And have you been confronted with somebody that really doesn't know what they want,
Yes.
even after the questions?
Yes.
How do you deal with that?
Yeah, with that, you just you go back to drawing board for sure, because
Okay.
obviously, because obviously you don't want to, waste time even doing that kind of stuff. So you still go back to drawing board. And the good thing about what we do is that we try to limit the amount of amendments you can make. Do you get?
Okay.
So if you want us to make more changes or give you more ideas, I mean, it's gonna cost you. You get that kind of thing.
Yes.
But in the end, what we have gotten for you are options that will still get you results. So it's just a matter of you closing your eyes and picking one. You get what I mean?
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I get you. Okay.
Yeah.
That's very interesting. I myself, for the work that I'm doing, I am currently trying to for my productions, for the videos that I create, which are currently mostly a little short editings of Haitian videos that I find online, basically, either regarding regarding news, what's happening today, what happened yesterday. Either the most recent one I did was was using old videos, very old videos, and talking about the just a little edit to display some images that I find and try to find a pattern. So from that, now I'm trying to know why this video it works better than this one. Why does and I'm in a kind of another field, because I'm not in front of clients. I am in front of an audience that and the audience is the goal is to grow the audience. The goal is to make the audience come back to where you display the videos. So they are not clients, and and the definition of client that you are talking about, they won't be those kind of clients. They will be kind of, let's say, third party clients, because they will be a public, they will be an audience that you can give messages to, and those messages can be commercials, and that's how at the next level that it will go to is having them be in front of videos and having commercials around them, so people will pay me because of the audience that I managed to grow. So now it's trying to find who watches what, why, and asking some kind of questions and study what is happening online and what are the reactions, the interactions. So it's pretty different, but I think that I have like a big question mark in front of me, but it's a question mark that every hour, every day, I just push it back. I just push it back, and I just discover new things and just progress like that, you know.
Mm. Yeah,
And
yeah, I feel you.
behind that question mark is my vision, you know.
Mm.
So it's that's how I'm seeing this moment that I'm living right now,
Mm.
and it's pretty intense at the same time. It's, you know, it's very interesting, and it has, you know, ups and downs that can go very fast also. So I think that, you know, you it's definitely something that you have to be in a good mindset to do, and a positive mindset to do. So
True,
so
true, true.
I think, you know, you one of the advice is that I have to give, even if, you know, it's I think that it's in life, or, you know, people have their character, but I think that being, you know, looking for a lot of things on the good side, and trying to find the lesson every time you get something negative, trying to find a lesson
Yeah,
is
yeah,
definitely one advice that I could give. You know, just when you have
yeah.
something, you try to rip the affection, the way that it gives you an emotion. You try to come out of it very fast, and then you start
Yeah,
analyzing. You start saying, why did this happen,
yeah,
how and when, and
yeah.
so what did I learn from that? And, you know, it's not
Oh,
easy, but
dude,
yeah.
I like that. I like that you said just now. You said, you know, getting out of, like, when disappointment strikes, the trick is to get out of it quickly so you can analyze, like, get out of the negative emotions you feel, the pain, the disappointment, the self doubt, and then start to think about, you know, the lessons you can learn from that moment. That is so key, because most people can dwell in the disappointment for a long, long time. You know, they can dwell in it so long that they don't remember to, like, figure out the lesson from it, and they just find themselves repeating it, repeating it, repeating it until it's too late. That's the major key, man, right there. That is a major key.
And
That's a major key.
that, yeah, you see, from for I think that one thing that is good is, you know, just take breaks when you plan them, you know, like some good quality breaks, you know. For example, the breaks that I love to take is walk. I'm lucky I live in a walking city. But even
Mm,
in the walking city, I enjoy driving too. The only thing with driving is that gas is expensive, so you cannot just
yeah,
go out and have a drive just for fun. You know, I mean,
yeah,
you
yeah,
can, but, you know,
yeah,
we're not there yet, I guess.
yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
you know, walking is cool. Going to the movies is cool.
Mm,
I'm still struggling with the reading. I'm a very big reader, and
mm,
I think that the phone and the screens, and, you know, just slowed down my reading a lot. You know, just to be able to stop and concentrate. I do it in the metro. So these kind of breaks, I think, are
mm,
important, because even when you're doing, like, when you're in a, like, when I'm in a movie theater, for example,
mm,
I I'm going to have, when there's the commercials in the beginning, I'm probably going to have 20 minutes of commercials. The commercials are super long.
mm,
For
mm.
20 minutes, I'll probably spend 10 minutes sending, like, some text, and, you know, making sure some things are going through
Yeah.
communication, and then I will think about something, you know, maybe it's related to the project, maybe it's not, but
Mm,
it is good quality thinking, and then you get into the movie, and I mean, unless it's like the best movie, you're not going to
mm.
be 1 hour and a half concentrated inside the movie. You'll still have some moment. You'll see something, and then it will just ring a bell. You will think of someone, or you will, and it might even lead to your creation process. Like, I see an edit, like a cut, and the way that they cut it in the video, and even if I don't notice it, Maybe 3 days later, I'll be at work editing something totally different, and then I will try a cut similar to that somehow, and
Yeah.
it will work. And this is some quality breaks, and everybody has their things,
Mm.
and but it's all about also choosing them and putting them in the right place in your day and everything. Because like when we were young, we were just like, okay, when we were younger, I mean, we're very young, but when we were younger, and it
Yeah.
was just about just letting things be somehow, and friends will make up the plan, or you'll make up the plan for friends, and just, and then you will be doing some stuff, but with a lot of people and this and that, or so even if you'll do it alone, but you'll be like in kind of a flow, and it's all about like saying, okay, at this moment, I feel like I want to take that break. Okay, so let me do it, and not be a
Mm.
slave of it, but picking it, choosing it. But
Yeah,
it's very
choosing. That's
important.
the choosing. Yes, 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 yes. You know, you just raised some very good points, and it's very interesting how similar, regardless of our lifestyles, our upbringing, our the experiences that we've had are so different, you and I, but still we share the same experiences in our work. It's like that's the universal kind of common ground
Yeah.
that we all have, that we all experience work in more or
Mm.
less the same way, the same struggles, the same achievements, the same process to getting stuff done. It's amazing. So it's just interesting hearing that from a guy who lives a totally different life from me,
Mm.
and in a totally different city. I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
it's interesting, and I'm sure it's the same thing with other
The
people
same
around the
thing.
world.
Mm.
You know,
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
yeah.
And I have a question like that came up to my mind. How did you used to work or organize your work like when you were in, let's say, high school?
Man, in
I
high
know you were a
school,
wild one in high school.
I was.
But you still get some things done. I wonder how did you? I'm trying to remember. I don't have the answer yet from me, but I came up with the question. Do you remember how you used to get, or was it just people like chasing you around saying do this, do that, and then at some point, or sometimes you must have said, "Let me start and do this."
Yeah. This is, most times you'll see other people getting the work done, and you don't want to get left behind, so you just do what they're doing. You get, you know, you just do what everyone else is doing, so you don't get left behind. Even though I didn't want to do it, even though I wanted to do something else, but at least I had that at least that little bit of discipline to just at least do what other niggas were doing. But I wouldn't do it on my own. Like I wouldn't just start because I wasn't that kind of kid. That's what that
Okay,
was.
okay, okay. Okay, but it's still like okay, and sometimes you do it just so you basically get motivation from the group from
I
the
would.
group,
I wouldn't even call it motivation. Motivation is different. I was just doing it just like I wasn't motivated.
not to be behind. Okay, not to be the
Yeah,
only one, not to have.
yeah, not
Okay,
to, yeah, because in the school it was very elitist. So if you're someone who got left behind, if you had the lowest scores, if you had like any bad,
issues. Mm,
thing rep, it would be a big deal in the school. Everyone would just like, you know, look at you somewhere and maybe even like treat you some other kind of way. That's how it was. So you just wanted to try your best to keep up with the group. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And there was those people who were the best at the school, and
Mm.
and and those people I'm trying to maybe I don't know they were leading like I would say that even if let's say you had a teacher that was very weak and
Mm.
that one day nobody wanted to give the homeworks, there would
Mm.
still be 3 or 4 people that had this done, ready and perfect,
Yeah.
you know
Yeah. That was never me.
But I wonder, how, I guess that kind of mindset, does it stay, or was it maybe, I don't know.
You know,
I didn't have it either, but yeah.
I think for some of them it stays. For the rest of us, we just had to develop it as we grew. You get, But for some of them, it's stayed. And for people like me, it's really hard. It's still hard, even right now, to like maintain that kind of, attitude about my work. But now it's easier. But then it was just a mess. I was just, all over the place.
It's also that, because at the end of the day, I mean, we're talking about, grades and homework, which is, let's say, I don't know, but it's like 5% of life.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
You were learning other things that, you were obviously probably, doing the best grades at some other things.
Yes.
Not,
Yes. That's true. Actually, yeah. It's schoolwork.
Some stuff where you were the champ.
Yeah. Fine arts to be exact.
You see?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, but now
what I was the best in. I think it was because I look at my yearbook. There were people who wrote, and people were just saying that I was like kind of like a stupid, intelligent, like some kind of way. Like they're like you like they wanted to say that I was stupid, but they know that it was an act. So they were just like, I was just having fun. I guess when you read my yearbook, like the comments, you think like, okay, this guy was having fun. All right, I was, I think, always laughing and just changing crowds. I wasn't all the crowds, not labeled. And so that's what I was good at, is, being with kind of everybody different from, and you have clans in high school. You have clans, the readers, the populars, the fines, the words, I don't know. Yeah, clans. So, but me, I was like kind of mixing, and I'm still like that somehow.
Yeah, you are, because that explains why we're still cool till now. Because you remember when we first met at Chukwudi's house?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Do you still talk to him, by the way?
Yeah, I talked to him.
Okay.
He came to France, but I never see him, because he goes to the south of France.
Yeah, but that's how we met. You were just being yourself, being free, and then we met up a couple of times. So you definitely are the guy that doesn't stick to a group, and that's good. That's good for you. That's good for you, man. Good for you.
So yeah, man, it's a tight. I think that topic has some other layers. I'm thinking about. But
now we can save that for another time, because we're hitting 33 minutes now.
Okay.
And it has a 35-minute limit.
Okay. Oh, great. Okay. I flipped the phone down because it was kind of distracting me, the time taking like that. So I was counting seconds. And I was like, okay, that's not what I'm here to do. No, that's straight, man. That's straight. For real. Yeah. And we definitely, and we have many more subjects to talk about. And it's really great to being able to produce that with you, and it's fun, man, and it's good quality stuff, and and
we'll much, Karim.
Thank you also, and then we'll talk and do the next episode very soon.
Yeah. Thanks again, everybody. Karim.
Yep.
Check him out.
All right.
Have a good day, man.
Peace, man.
Peace.